Hi, welcome to Chapter 9, Lesson 2, Discrete Random Variable, Part 2. Before we're going to start our lesson, please like and subscribe my channel. 1, 2, 3, like! So, today we are going to find and also learn how to finding expected value and variance. What is this? Let us take a look at the definition. So, expected value is something about, or maybe you are more familiar with mean. Okay, mean of the random variable x. So, if x is a discrete random variable, so the formula in finding the mean as the following. So when you look at it together, you will feel complicated. Why don't I make it become 3 parts? So let us understand what does mean by these 3 parts. So first, this one. So this one, what is the meaning? First, we look at the notation summation. So it means that when finding mean, we need to do sum up. Sum up from the first random variable values up to the last random variable values. So if you have x equals to 1, 2, 3, so it means you have to sum up from 1 up to 3. So this is the first one. Secondly, what is this? Si. So Si is represent the random variable values. Okay, and come to the last part. This one is probability of the random variable values. So that's it. This is how we find the expected value. Let us proceed to some example. Okay, so before proceed to the example, we have to understand about some properties. So just now we are finding ex, isn't it? So if you are given any function in terms of x, the same situation, sum up the random function with the probability. So if you need x squared, for example, if your gx is a x squared, so we multiply x squared together with the probability. Okay, so this is the meaning. Okay, and after that you have another properties. So what does it mean by EA and A? EA and A. This is called, if you given all the data with the value is A, and A. So my dear, what is the mean? So we will say that the mean is also equals to A because every single data is just the same. So when you given any constant number such as E2, so you will get that the mean will be equals to 2. So if you are given E2x, so it means that the new mean will be 2 multiply of EX because it's double from the existing random variable. So if you given E2x plus 3, so it will become 2EX plus E3. So what is the E3? We're back to the first concept. So it will become 2EX plus 3. Okay, let us move to the example. So there are few examples going to show that how to find it. So first, we need to finding EX. And the questions given, this is PDF. Therefore, you have to remember, finding mean only can get it from PDF. Only can get it from PDF if you want to finding mean. So in this case, we will write out total up x multiply with probability x equals to x. So the first random variable value is 1. So it will be 1 multiply with 0.1 and continue with the following. Okay, so let us total up. So you get that the mean is 2.9. That's it. It's very simple. So let us proceed to example 11. So example 11 is a little bit different. So did you notice that among the random variable values, you have a p, but you are given the mean is equals to 4. So actually we just need to using the formula in finding ex. So we know that is 1 multiplied is 0.1. So you get this. 2 multiplied with 0.2, you get 0.4. And t multiplied with 0.7, you get the 0.7t. And you are given the mean is equals to 4. So you will compute an equation in terms of t, and lastly you get the t values. Okay, now we proceed to the example 12, which is finding expected values where the function consists constant 2, variable x, 5x, 5x plus 2, ex squared, and also e5x squared plus 2. So when you're getting this question, actually the most important one is figure out the question A and question B. So question A, we know that this one is equals to 2. And the ex, it will be equals to summation of the first value, random variable value with the probability 1 over 6, and the second one is 2 times 2 over 6, and the third one is 3 times 3 over 6. So when we total up, it's a 14 over 6. So after we simplify, because both with the multiple of 2, so we get that is 7 over 3 as a mean. So when you already get the 7 over 3, automatic E phi x. So the variable is phi x, which is represent 5 times from the exiting expected value. Okay, therefore you get that is 5 times 7 over 3. So it's a 35 over 3. So when it comes to E phi x over 2, obviously the properties can be applied as a phi ex plus E2. So these two value actually is already obtained from part A and B. So we just substitute 5 times 7 over 3 plus 2. So it will be 35 plus 6, which is 41 over 3. So this is how we solve the question A, B, C, and D. So when it comes to the ex square, so how about the ex square? Okay, ex square, it will be a little bit different in terms of the working step. So let us try to change the x become x square. Okay, we change the x become the x square. So x square, we can using ex square. So obviously this one have to be square. So you multiply them together. So 1 squared times 1 over 6. So you can write it out. Okay, if you worry about the careless mistake, 2 squared times 1 over 6. Remember, the probability still remain the same. The square only to the variable x. Okay, so obviously the first pair you still get 1 over 6. The second pair you will get 4 over... Oh, sorry, this is 2, eh? So you will get 8 over 6. And the last pair you will get 27 over 6. So total up actually you get the 36 over 6, which is 6. So the ex square is equals to 6. Okay, this one we write it properly, eh? So it should be 8 over 6. Okay, so once you get it, then when it comes to the question F, so by using the properties, it will be 5 times of the expected ex square plus E2. So it will be 5 times 6 plus 2. So we get the answer is 32. It's super easy, and I believe that you are able to do it. For the next one, we are going to learn about what is the variance. So variance actually is follow the formula which is ex square. Just now we already learned how to find ex square minus mean square. So the mean expected value that we obtain. Okay, and the standard deviation, it will be the square root of the variance. So the properties, we also have 3. So these properties, why we say that variance A is equals to 0. So just now I already mentioned to you, right? If every single data is A, and also the mean is also equals to A. So what is the distance from mean to the individual data? So they are exactly the same, isn't it? For sure the variance will be equal to 0. Standard deviation also equals to 0. But if you're given a linear function variance ax, so it will be a squared variance x. So when it's a variance ax plus b, it also remain the same as a squared variance x. Because of the constant b, it belongs to the variance a equals to 0 situation. Okay, so now let us look at this example. So normally the question will come together with finding mean and also ex square. So example 13 is quite simple. So I will just straight away substitute the formula. Let's say given we already know how to finding ex and ex square. Okay, so ex is a 13 over 7 and the ex square is equals to 27 over 7. So in order to finding the variance, so just substitute the formula ex square. So this is the ex square that you obtain. Substitute here and using the mean, and you have to square the mean. Okay, lastly, you get the answer is 20 over 49. So the values, you have to take note. The variance of x is must be always positive. If the question asking for standard deviation, we just square root the 20 over 49. And you have to make sure the value of standard deviation also positive. Okay, so let us come to the example 14. Example 14 is the same situation when you're given the variance other than x. Okay, such as x minus 2, 2x plus 3, and also 5 minus 8x. Okay, first we need to figure out what is the variance of x. So from here, as usual, I told you that we must have two information, ex mean, okay, and also the ex square. Okay, so the variance is the ex square minus mean squared. You get the 191 over 256. So this is the three components that are important for you to answering the question B up to D. So remember it, it's a 191 over 256. So when finding the variance x minus 2, so we know that actually it's a variance x plus variance negative 2. Remember using the plus, okay, because we say that variance value is always positive. So variance negative 2, this is constant, negative 2 is constant, so it's equals to 0. So the answer is automatic, is equivalent to the question A. So for the question C, variance 2x plus 3. So we know that actually is equals to variance 2x plus variance 3. So the 0, you don't need to write it anymore. So automatic, it will be 4 variance x. Okay, because you have to square the coefficient of x. So 4 times with variance of x. So you get the answer also in terms of fraction. Normally we leave it in fraction form as an exact value form. Okay, when it comes to this D, okay, variance 5 minus 8x. So my suggestion is, please write it as a variance 5 plus with variance negative 8x. Because later you have to squaring the coefficient of x. So automatic variance 5 is a 0. So therefore you get the negative 8 square variance x. So lastly, you get the answer. So that's it for the expected value and variance.